Hey guys, this is Kinnick86, aka Raymond. Welcome to, well, I bet you guys are wondering, why aren't you reacting to the live show? Well, here's the thing, guys. It lasted 3 hours, almost close to 3 hours, and I don't think I have the strength to do that. I was able to do almost an hour and a half with some of the BTS when we've seen about, how Psycho Kid flees country, when they did a live reaction toward it, which we had a lot of it. But you know what, guys? There's one thing I haven't done was talk about and give my review on how I felt about the whole My Virtual Escape series. And you know what, guys? Let's talk about it. But first off, I'd like to say that I did watch the live show. It was amazing to see how all that unfolded. I mean, how the Virtual Escape evolved into a great series, but as you guys know, The Devil Inside is always going to be my number one, and My Virtual Escape is my number three. But how it evolved was really amazing, and seeing Juliet sing all the songs that that Jesse actually put together for this whole series, it blended in with everything, every episode, every clip, every scene, which is the same, and all the characters that had meaning to those songs. Now, guys, My Virtual Escape, as you guys may have remembered that Jesse actually told us about, was that was going to be the actual series after the Psycho series was done. But he kind of hold it off by making, as you know, a documentary series where we've seen how he did battle with YouTuber 24 on making a Psycho documentary film, which, as we've seen about a year ago, and that was amazing. But although that we've seen a lot of other ones, the Haunted series, then the Christmas series, and also the collaboration series, we've seen everything that unfolds to the Virtual Escape. And that one was The Devil Inside. The Devil Inside, we actually seen how we got to know one character that just appeared out of nowhere, and that was Isaac. And like I said before, it took us a good while, I would say 5 to 6 months, knowing the identity of this character that we've never seen before, who is depressed, who is doing drugs, and also trying to do bad things to himself, and which is, kill himself. Which that's the saddest thing ever. And also, when, like in his own words, when things get out of control, he does things that are really upsetting. Like kidnapping Jesse's mom, fighting fans, and also messing with Swift UAV and everything, and also messing with Jesse's family. That was one thing. But Isaac was really adamant that he's not a character, he is a real human being. Which, as we've seen, that Isaac is a character and that Jesse has created because of the depression and how he wanted to escape all the bad times, and knowing that the Psycho series was the greatest thing that he's ever done, and knowing that he's trying to create something that will never top it. So this is where the Virtual Escape comes in. As we've seen Jesse do battle against the creator, aka the devil, we've seen how he destroyed every single character that Jesse has created. Only 2 left. And we had to make the choice, which that was like a tough choice. Save Isaac or save Psycho Kid. And you guys may have remembered, I told you guys my answer. It was save Isaac, because we got to know Psycho Kid for almost 3 years. But we only known him for only 1 year. So it was better than to do that, but it felt kind of heartbreaking knowing that when the devil destroyed the mirror which held Psycho Kid, we only had one character, and that was Isaac. So he wanted him to tell the story. But bear in mind, guys, there's going to be something I want to talk about at the very end that one of my Twitter friends actually noticed. So let's continue to that. So, when Jesse had no choice but to tell Isaac's story, he went into Isaac's world. And that's when My Virtual Escape was born. We've seen how Isaac have had a terrible life, knowing that his parents were divorced, and now he has a new mother named Mary too. And he had a great friend named Leah, but he still turns to drugs and still has a terrible life, which we try to figure out what was he angry about. And although that we've seen over almost 25 episodes. Well, 24. Take that back. 24 episodes. It was really hard to see how Isaac was going through life knowing that everything around him was falling apart. But that's when we seen the Eve helmet come in. Now, bear in mind, guys, I know I say that all the time, but just, just, just accept it. I've actually made a prediction knowing that when we've seen Isaac's world, it felt like when he went into the world, I had a hunch that what if that world that we're the world that we've got to know when we first met Isaac wasn't really it, and then later we find out that it was true. I was actually right. It was like watching Inception. Like I said in my prediction video, I'm sure you guys have seen the movie Inception. That was directed by Christopher Nolan with Leonardo DiCaprio and Ellen Page, Tom Hardy, and John Gustav Lovett, if I said his name right. Now we've seen how that movie works. They use a device to make them fall asleep, and they enter a dream world. But then when they decide to go further, that's when they will experience pain. And when the first time they go in, if they feel pain, they'll wake up. But the second time, they will feel it. If you get shot, you're dead. Everything, you're dead. You're dead in your sleep. But that's kind of what I felt like for me. But we've seen how when he entered the world of Eve, we've seen completely different things. We've seen different characters. We've seen an evil one. We've seen a moderator. We've seen a very tough woman, Rebecca, of course. The villain that we all thought was the actual villain. It was Arachnid. And then we've seen a lot of crazy people like the Brotherhood. And then we've seen one mysterious looking character, which is the Servant. It was really crazy knowing that all in the game you have to beat every player and then you'll get that one wish. And then Isaac wanted that one wish, which we tried to figure out exactly what that wish would be. It was kind of tough to try to figure out what his wish was because we didn't know much about it. And then we're starting to dig deeper and deeper into his life. We kind of figured out why he's playing the game and who is he doing it for. So it kind of made you wonder, who is he fighting for? Is he fighting for his mom or somebody else? And then we got the surprise of our lives. We started to get to know other characters. I mean, we've seen some familiar faces like Longbags, the drug dealer, of course, and then we've seen a newer character, which was Martha, their aunt that doesn't remember much, but she's handicapped. And then a shock of our lives when we found out about Solomon, who was a mob boss. We've seen John, who is the leader of the Brotherhood, with Gingy, played by Swift UAV. Solomon was actually a little girl, which that was shocking. When it's weird how we got to know exactly what this Eve game was actually about, knowing that you can become different characters, but you can sometimes play as yourself. And then, well, we've seen a lot about with Rebecca. We've seen a lot about with Arachnid and Joseph. Then we find out Joseph was the servant after all. That made you wonder. But as for Archie, who played the moderator, who was Jeffrey, Jesse's brother, that was a different thing. But for Leah, that was different for me. That it was a sad moment for, I think, for everybody, seeing how that Isaac was liking Rebecca, but Leah tried everything in her power. Tried everything. I would say that, but maybe I'm wrong. That she did have feelings for Isaac, but Isaac didn't see that, as with friends actually. But seeing how he broke the friendship up, that was sad. When he said those words, I guess there are some friends who can't be friends after high school. And that was sad to watch. Very sad. But then later we've seen how she was with another guy, but he was able to protect her from her dad and everything. We've seen Isaac go through loss and go through pain. We've seen how he lost his best friend Longbags and also Rebecca. That was sad. It was strange that we've actually seen how this story, the virtual escape, tied into the devil inside. As we've seen how when he was escaping from the Brotherhood, he went into the John Solomon's bathroom, and then we tried to take the helmet off. He saw some type of figure. Maybe it was the devil, I bet. And he said, "How about you go ruin somebody else's life? You're going to this world." And we actually heard Tony Trevorelli talking to Jesse. Said, "Stop snapping," and then we seen him snap, and then Isaac was gone. And we also seen how Longbags left when he was talking to Mother Sarah, and then he was gone too. But after that long period of time, we actually seen Isaac come back with no memory of where he went and what he was doing in the middle of that playground or parking lot that we've seen exactly what happened there. But as the game progressed, we've seen another character named Noah who knew a lot about the game, which that was a little strange. And then we see him build that device, the Noah's Ark, which was an EMP bomb. But then, deeper as we went through the series, we found out that Isaac had a little sister who died. And that was sad. Sad to know that Isaac did have a sister. But and times that we kept saying, "I'm an only child." And it was, when he kept saying that, he felt unhappy. And then you kind of figured why. And now we knew. So he played all this to get that wish to bring his sister back. And like I said before, I knew he wasn't going to get that wish. Although he may have seen her for a short period of time at the very end of Judgment Day. It was sad. I knew that she wasn't going to come back and stay. Isaac had to realize that no matter what, if you try to wish for somebody back, it might not come true. I mean, if it does come true, like, what will change? If they were gone for a long period of time, and you just want them back, sometimes, I have to say, there are times when I wish I want my aunt back and everybody, and losing my cousin too, losing a friend, it was tough. It was tough to watch for me, knowing that I lost an aunt, I lost my uncle, and another aunt to cancer and everything. It was tough for me. But now we kind of seen why the game was built, to escape the life, to have another life where you could just be happy and do whatever you want with no rules, no consequences. And as we see in the game, there are consequences when you choose to go with the actions that you want to do. It was tough. I mean, this virtual escape series was crazy. I mean, there was a lot of twists and turns, and a lot of questions were trying to be asked about what's going on, what's going to happen next. And then later we find out, after, when it was all over, they were in Hawaii doing a beta testing. And as Malachi stated, that they only played for 6 hours, but it felt like an eternity in that game. So it was all, like I said before, I had a feeling that, what if Isaac's world that we're seeing right now isn't actually the real world? Because he kept saying it was dreaming, and then we seen that letter, and Malachi kept saying, "Remember Hawaii, remember." And I was like, what does this mean? Remember Hawaii? What does that mean? And then we found out all the characters that we've met, even with Adam, the tutorial guy from the game, and then we later see him come to the real world, well, Isaac's world, the one that we've seen before, in the beginning of this whole series. It's like, why is he here? And then we later see him use it, and that got me wondering, and that I did not catch this. When Noah built it, he actually said, "Don't use it." In the real world, it's like, what? Why not? I did not notice that. That popped in my head right now. But I have to say, guys, look, the music, the series, it tied in very well. Juliet sang beautifully with all the songs that were tied into this series. And seeing how Jesse created this whole virtual escape, it was amazing. And I'm sure you guys agree that this was a great series. But like I said, guys, my top 3. My number 1 is The Devil Inside. Number 2 is Psycho series. And number 3 is my Virtual Escape. And like I said before, the reason why I love The Devil Inside is because we got to know a character that wanted you to hate him so much, to put him down so much, but then you show him love and show him caring, some compassion. Isaac doesn't understand why we like him in the first place. It's just that maybe he was so much in pain. When you say that everyone leaves him, why didn't we leave him? Well, there's your answer, because we cared. Isaac didn't see that, but now he did. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I was still blown away by every episode. I was waiting and waiting to see what happens next, and it was tough because, hey, all good things come to those who wait. And we waited. We got the episode every single week, and sometimes 2 or 3 weeks, but it was amazing. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reactions for gameplay. Drop some likes on this video if you enjoyed this. Oh, by the way, one of my Twitter friends, I think it was Freddy Krueger, which I think that's his name, or it might have been somebody else. He showed me a clip from the Devil Inside series that tied into the very end, the very video that we've seen. He Cannot Be Stopped. Now, do you guys remember Snap Out of It? Oh no, The Devil Outside. If you guys remember how he controlled Jesse's dad, he snapped him and turned him into Psycho Dad. He made him destroy all the mirrors, but left 2, which was Isaac and Psycho Kid. And you guys remember in part 2 where we've seen the devil destroy Psycho Kid. Now, if you're wondering why I brought that up, do you guys remember back in the recent video that we've seen a week ago called He Cannot Be Stopped? We've seen how Jesse was walking down the beach saying, "Thank you for watching my Virtual Escape. It was a great series. I'm glad you guys took the time to watch." And then all of a sudden we've seen his dad tackle him in the beach. He said, "You killed my son. You killed my son." And then we see him grab the necklace and threw it in the ocean. Now, if you guys remembered, the creator snapped him into Psycho Dad. But if you guys noticed that he actually wore the same clothes from the Devil Outside video to the He Cannot Be Stopped video. Here, if you guys want proof, I'm going to give you proof. Now, here we are in part 1 of The Devil Outside. We've seen how the creator, or the devil actually, brings all the mirrors out. Watch this.
Take away my only escape.
Watch.
I need an ally.
There's
somebody else on my fucking property. This shit's driving me crazy.
Crazy? One might even say psycho. What does Psycho Dad like to do?
I like to smash shit. What do you want me to destroy?
Come with me.
I want you to destroy every single one of these fucking mirrors.
Now, we've seen how he controlled him to destroy every single mirror. Now in part 2, watch.
He is no longer of use to me. What do you think about that, Psycho Kid? Does that sound good to you?
Hey, I just realized after I...
Eagle's Landing! It's kinda nice. Seems like your boy finally gets a happy ending.
Wait, what?
No!
Now we've seen the devil destroy the mirror of the Psycho Kid, and now the time has come to show you that one clip from He Cannot Be Stopped. Now in this video, he's talking about follow your dreams and everything, but watch what happens when his dad tackles him.
Prove everyone around you wrong. Follow your dreams, your passions.
Listen.
Get the fuck off me!
Now, as you can see, he is actually wearing the same shirt, the same glasses, and even the same hat. And you guys have seen the actual necklace that was hanging on his neck. So that's kind of strange, isn't it? Remember, the devil snapped him into Psycho Dad and told him what to do. So the question is, when Jesse went to Isaac's world, Do you think that he was still Psycho Dad, or was he just the regular dad? That's the question. For him to say, "You killed my son," he looked at him as the creator, but he didn't see him as his other form, which was the devil form. So that's what I want to say. So give me your opinions on what you think on that, because I was blown away by this. Alright, you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to stay positive, drop some likes, and give me your opinion on the very end of how that unfolded.